Did you know that in one of the most jarring mass exits in TV history, an entire police squad simply stopped showing up and the show never said a word? Welcome to Comedalgia, where we dive deep into the legendary retro shows that raised us. If you love these nostalgic deep dives, make sure to hit subscribe and ring that bell.
$200.
I earned that money 10 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Colored can't earn that kind of money, boy. Hell, that's more than I make in a month. Now, where did you earn it?
Number 20. The entire supporting cast of In the Heat of the Night, 1994. In one of the most baffling mass vanishings in television history, several key characters from the Sparta Police Department simply stopped appearing when the show moved from NBC to CBS for its final season. Officers Parker, Wilson, and Jameson, who had been central to countless investigations, stakeouts, and station house banter for multiple seasons, were suddenly gone. No farewell parties, no transfers to other precincts, no mention in casual conversation. Chief Bill Gillespie continued his work as if his team had never existed. The actors learned they were being dropped through phone calls from producers, and the show offered no in-story resolution. This mass erasure was a cold, calculated retooling meant to cut costs and refocus the show on a tighter core cast. Fans who had followed the series loyally were left to piece together the disappearance on their own, with some even scouring newspapers for clues. The Sparta police station became a ghost town overnight, and the silent removal of half its force remains one of the most jarring examples of television's willingness to erase entire relationships without a shred of acknowledgement.
For me, okay? He said he'd stay if I wanted him to, and I said stay. Good boy, Mark.
Number 19. The First Becky Roseanne, 1992. Number 19. The First Becky Roseanne, 1992. When Leslie Goranson departed the role of Becky Connor to attend college, the show did something almost unprecedented. They replaced her with Sarah Chalk, and openly joked about it. But the original Becky never received a proper goodbye. She simply vanished between seasons, and the new Becky was introduced with a wink. Roseanne once looked at the camera and said, "Where the hell have you been?" Yet, when Goranson returned for guest appearances, the two Beckys began swapping unpredictably. The character's identity became a meta-joke, and the emotional continuity of Becky's story suffered. The first Becky's disappearance was never addressed, with genuine closure. She was just different. This confusing back and forth left audiences with a lingering sense of dislocation, and the character's teenage angst was diluted by the gimmick. Goranson later said she felt the show handled her exit poorly, and many fans still debate which Becky was the real one. The Connor family's willingness to ignore the shift made Becky's original persona a ghost wandering the halls of the house.
Why don't we just go in?
Yes, hello. Your machine ate our card. Yes. No.
Number 18. Jamie Buchman, Mad About You, 1999. In the final season, Paul and Jamie Buchman's relationship was retroactively given a tragic backstory. They had previously had a son named Jamie, who died as an infant. This revelation was supposed to add depth to their marital struggles, but it came out of nowhere. Before this point, no reference to a deceased child had ever been made in the show's 7 seasons. The character existed only in this sudden, sorrowful mention, and then was never addressed again in the series finale or the 2019 revival. The ghost of Jamie Buchman haunted the show's conclusion without earning a place in the narrative. Fans were divided. Some found the retcon powerful. Others felt it was a manipulative last-minute tearjerker. The silence surrounding the child in all subsequent appearances made the character feel like a story the writers themselves wanted to forget, a phantom memory that never truly existed.
I promise I will introduce you to every new pledge at the off house, okay?
And I will be...
Number 17. Valerie Malone's Brother, Beverly Hills, 90210, 1995. When Tiffany Thiessen joined the cast as Valerie Malone, she was given a protective older brother who was mentioned as a significant figure in her life. He even appeared in one episode, portrayed as a stabilizing presence. Then, without explanation, he was never seen or referenced again. The writers apparently forgot they had created him. Valerie's backstory shifted, and her complicated family dynamics were gradually replaced with new romantic entanglements and business schemes. The brother became a dangling plot thread, a character so thoroughly discarded that even dedicated fans sometimes misremember his existence. He remains a minor but baffling loose end in the show's sprawling soap opera tapestry, a ghost of a sibling who walked off screen and into oblivion.
Right there.
Yeah, until he threw it in the dugout.
Right, what do you need?
Number 16. Tagger, 1994. In the pilot episode, Nurse Carol Hathaway was engaged to a man named Tag, played by Rick Rossovich. He was presented as a stable, loving partner, The Rock and Carol's chaotic life. The two had a full relationship arc planned. Then, by the end of the first season, Tag was gone. No breakup scene, no lingering emotional impact. The show simply pivoted hard into the iconic will they won't they between Carol and Doug Ross, as if Tag had never existed. His disappearance was so complete that casual viewers later misremembered Carol as having been single from the start. The erasure was a masterclass in narrative redirection, but for those who paid attention, Tag's vanishing represented a cold, pragmatic choice. The writers wanted a different love story, and the existing fiancé had to be deleted.
The Ozone Celebrity Bus next Saturday. It's going to be Bruce Willis and Demi, Rob Lowe, Emilio Estevez, or Charlie Sheen, I can't remember which.
Number 15, Lily Banks. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, 1990. In the earliest episodes of The Fresh Prince, the Banks family casually mentioned an older cousin or sister figure named Lily who lived in the mansion. She was referenced in dialogue multiple times, and the original pilot script included her as a recurring character. But as the show found its comedic rhythm, Lily was quietly scrubbed from existence. The upstairs bedroom arrangement changed, and the family solidified around Uncle Phil, Aunt Viv, Hillary, Carlton, Ashley, and baby Nikki. Lily became a phantom, a character who existed solely in spoken words, then dissolved into the Bel-Air wallpaper. The abruptness of her deletion was never addressed, and she remains a piece of trivia for superfans who catch her name in those initial broadcasts.
Very close together now. All righty. Cozy. Okay.
Oh, wait.
Number 14. Maggie McKinney, The Love Boat, 1985. After the departure of Julie McCoy, the ship's longtime cruise director, actress Tori Spelling, was brought on as Maggie McKinney for the show's final season. Maggie appeared regularly, interacting with the crew and passengers, and seemed poised to become a new staple. Then, without any on-screen explanation, she was gone. The cruise ship simply sailed on with a different crew member, and Maggie was never mentioned again. Her disappearance was so abrupt that many fans later misremembered her as a mere guest star rather than a regular cast member. The behind-the-scenes reason was a network shake-up, but the character's ghost lingered in the empty cabin she left behind.
Something fantastic's gonna happen to me. What? I don't know. How are we gonna find out? Well, Alice and the other kids know, so we'll cross-examine.
Number 13. Cousin Oliver, The Brady Bunch, 1974. Introduced in the show's final 6 episodes, Cousin Oliver was Carol's young nephew, brought in to inject cute kid energy into an aging cast. The addition was so poorly received that Cousin Oliver syndrome became the industry term for a desperate late-run child insertion. Yet, Oliver's real disappearance happened after the series ended. In every subsequent spin-off, reunion, and reboot, Oliver was conspicuously absent. The character faded so thoroughly that future Brady projects acted as if he'd never lived at 4222 Clinton Way. Robbie Rist, who played Oliver, later embraced his place in TV history with good humor. But his character's complete erasure from the Brady universe remains a testament to how thoroughly audiences can reject an unwanted addition.
Can I have an ice cream?
Another mouth to feed.
Number 12. Morgan Matthews' Boy Meets World, 1994. Young Morgan Matthews, the precocious little sister of Corey and Eric, appeared in the show's first season as a minor but memorable presence. Then, for an entire season, she simply wasn't there. No explanation, no mention. When the character finally returned, she was played by a completely different actress, and no one in the Matthews family acknowledged the change. The original Morgan had effectively been locked in her room for a year, only to re-emerge as someone else entirely. The show later made a meta joke about her. Very long time out, but the original disappearance was pure, unexplained television weirdness. A child who vanished inside her own home and came back transformed, with no one batting an eye.
Well, joke's on me, huh?
She smells pretty.
Number 11. Sarah Spooner, The King of Queens, 1999. Carrie Heffernan's sister Sarah, played by Lisa Riefel, appeared in several early episodes as a sarcastic foil and a natural part of the extended family dynamic. She had a distinct personality and clear chemistry with the rest of the cast. Then, without any explanation, she was gone. No mention of moving away, no falling out, nothing. Riefel later described the experience as disorienting. One week she was a series regular, the next she was watching the show from her couch and her character had ceased to exist. The writers simply decided to focus more tightly on Doug and Carrie's marriage, and Sarah was deemed redundant. Her disappearance was so seamless that even attentive viewers sometimes forgot she'd ever been part of the Heffernan clan.
Start quoting me, the Prime Directive. He'd already seen us, the damage was done. It was either bring him aboard or let him die.
Number 10. Dr. Catherine Pulaski, Star Trek. The Next Generation, 1989. Diana Muldaur was brought in to replace Dr. Crusher for the show's second season, and her character, Dr. Pulaski, was designed as a sharp-edged, old-school medical officer. Fan backlash was swift and intense. Many saw her as a pale imitation of Dr. McCoy. When Gates McFadden returned as Dr. Crusher in Season 3, Pulaski simply wasn't there. No transfer orders, no farewell log entry, no mention in later episodes. The bridge crew carried on as if sickbay had never known another chief medical officer. Muldaur later expressed disappointment, and Pulaski's complete erasure remains one of Trek's most glaring narrative disappearances, a character who was treated as a mistake to be quietly deleted.
I told you boys to put that dog back in the car. Well,
Number 9. Tiger the Brady Bunch, 1970. The Brady family's shaggy dog, Tiger, was a beloved presence in the first season, appearing in the opening credits and playing with the kids in the backyard. Then, without warning, he was gone. No episode addressed the loss, no tearful family discussion. The real story was heartbreaking. The original dog actor was struck and killed by a car during production. A replacement was tried, but couldn't replicate the tricks or temperament, so the producers chose to stop featuring the character rather than write an emotional goodbye. The doghouse lingered in the background of later seasons as a silent memorial, noticed only by the most observant fans, a quiet tribute to a pet who never got his on-screen farewell.
Hello, pretty lady.
Hi!
She's not a pretty lady, she's my sister and she's 14.
Number 8. Tina Pinciotti, That 70s Show, 1998. In the early episodes, Donna Pinciotti had an older sister named Tina, referenced multiple times in dialogue. She was clearly a member of the household, though never shown on camera. By the second season, any mention of Tina ceased. Donna became an only child, and her dynamic with her parents was reshaped around that fact. The writers simply decided the unseen sister was an unnecessary complication and silently erased her from the Foreman basement lore. Tina became a ghost, a sibling spoken into life for a few episodes, and then unpersoned without ceremony. Her memory dissolved in the haze of the 70s.
You know, you had 4 years of security in these halls, but they throw you out next year, Sean. What are you gonna do then? Huh?
Number 7. Mr. Turner Boy Meets World, 1995. Jonathan Turner, the cool, motorcycle-riding English teacher who mentored Sean Hunter and took him in when he had nowhere else to go, was a central emotional figure for multiple seasons. Then, after a serious motorcycle accident, he was hospitalized and never seen again. For the rest of the series, Sean, who had lived with Turner and considered him a father figure, never mentioned him once. The silence was so profound that fans spent years assuming the character had died off screen. Decades later, Girl Meets World retconned Turner as alive. But for original viewers, the disappearance of such a pivotal character without a single word was one of the show's most heartbreaking gaps.
I couldn't help but see
that you look lovely as can be, pretty woman. It's a song.
Number 6. Tori Scott, Saved by the Bell, 1993. When Kelly and Jesse temporarily left Bayside High, Zach and the gang gained a new friend, Tori, a tough biker girl played by Leanna Creel. Tori appeared in a full batch of episodes, dated Zach, and became a core part of the group. Then the graduation episode aired, and Tori was absent. Kelly and Jesse were back as if they'd never been gone. Because of the chaotic production order caused by contract negotiations, Tori's arc became a phantom in the timeline. Depending on your local syndication, she'd appear for a stretch, then vanish without acknowledgement. Fans still debate whether Tori was a real friend or a collective hallucination. The Bayside gang simply forgot.
Shut up! Why did you make that deal?
It's just until after the midterms, man.
Lloyd!
keep the bill in committee till after the midterms, and that way...
Number 5. Mandy Hampton, The West Wing, 2000. Mandy Hampton, played by Moira Kelly, was introduced in the first season as a sharp political consultant with a messy romantic history with Josh Lyman. She had a major office set, significant screen time, and a full backstory. Then, between seasons 1 and 2, she vanished. No transfer, no resignation, no single line of dialogue to explain her absence. Aaron Sorkin later admitted the character hadn't worked, and he simply stopped writing for her. For a show renowned for its attention to detail, Mandy's erasure was startlingly abrupt. A character who walked out of the White House and never looked back, her name never to be spoken again.
Is that the one who's gonna give me money?
Yeah, that's the rich one. Go bond with him.
Number 47. Married with Children, 1993. The Bundys' short-lived foster child, Seven, was an infamous attempt to inject a cute kid into the show's crass universe. He appeared in only a handful of episodes before disappearing so completely that the show later mocked itself with a milk carton. Missing gag. The writers had no idea what to do with a sweet child in a family that thrived on dysfunction. Seven's vanishing was a surrender, a narrative experiment so rejected that he became a punchline, a boy who simply ceased to exist in the Bundy household, his memory washed away with the next round of toilet jokes.
Daddy?
Oh,
Are you mad at me?
well, of course not, Slugger.
Number 3. Brendan Lambert, Step by Step, 1992. The youngest Lambert boy, Brendan, was a lively presence in the show's first season, getting into mischief and learning lessons from his older siblings. When season 2 began, Brendan was gone. The family table had one fewer chair. The opening credits were reshot, and no one ever mentioned his name again. Actor Josh Byrne was simply not asked back, and the show's large cast made it easy to absorb the loss. For young viewers who had identified with the littlest Lambert, the disappearance was a quiet heartbreak, a brother who vanished into the attic of forgotten sitcom characters. Number 2. Judy Winslow Family Matters, 1993. For 4 seasons, the Winslow family included 3 children, Eddie, Laura, and little Judy, played by Jamie Foxworth. She was warm, funny, and part of the family's fabric. Then, between seasons, she was erased. No goodbye, no explanation, family photos were replaced, dialogue was rewritten, and the Winslows carried on as if they'd only ever had 2 kids. Foxworth was called into a meeting, told her option wouldn't be renewed, and later discovered the full extent of the erasure while watching the season premiere at home. The cruelty of Judy's disappearance, the total denial that she had ever been part of, the family made it one of the most painful vanishings in TV history.
See, I'm changing my free throw from an underhand to an overhand. Looks better for the fans.
Oh, well, then you're excused, Chuck.
Number 1. Chuck Cunningham, Happy Days, 1975. Richie and Joni's older brother Chuck bounced a basketball, ate family dinners, and gave brotherly advice until he walked upstairs with a gym bag and was never seen again. No mention of college, no moving out, no tragic accident. The Cunningham family photos were cropped, the dinner table shrunk, and Howard and Marion acted as if they'd only ever had 2 children. Chuck Cunningham syndrome became the television term for characters who vanish without explanation, and the staircase that swallowed him remains a running joke among TV fans. Chuck's erasure is the archetype, the original sin of sitcom continuity, and a reminder that in television, even a family member can disappear if the writers decide they're no longer useful. Television history is littered with characters who walked into the next room and never came back, erased by budgets, creative overhauls, or writers who hoped we'd simply forget. But we remember. Every vanished sister, every ghost brother, every doghouse standing empty, those silences echo through our favorite shows, reminding us that even in the warmest sitcom homes, someone might be missing. If this countdown unearthed a memory you'd buried, hit that like button. It genuinely helps Comedalgia. Subscribe and ring the bell for more deep dives into the strange, untold stories of retro television. Drop a comment with the character disappearance you've never forgiven. We read every single one. Thanks for watching.